in the wind, but also...
It is just ahead on WeatherScope. Right now, your local forecast. Special edition of WeatherScope.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of WeatherScope. I'm Dan Atkinson in the Forecast Center, where we continue now our live coverage of the powerful winter storm making its way slowly up the Atlantic seaboard, producing torrential rains, also very strong winds. Coastal flooding is a threat, and producing a good bit of heavy snow, particularly in the Ohio Valley and the higher elevations. First off, let's show you the watches, warnings, and advisories that are a result of this storm system. This is a sprawling system resulting in windy weather all the way from the Florida Panhandle on up to coast of Maine. The highest winds, as you see, storm warnings posted from Paramore Island northward to Merrimack River, Massachusetts. Heavy surf advisories in effect from Cape Romaine, South Carolina to Fenwick Island, Delaware, with just a brief break there near the North Carolina-Virginia border. And with all the wind whipping in, bringing in the ocean waves, look out for coastal flooding from Watch Hill, Rhode Island to Ocracoke Inlet. This storm system is producing a broad shield of precipitation, some drier air beginning to make its way into the rain area from the Savannah River Valley on up toward New Jersey, light to moderate rain, and to the northwest, broad area of snow falling through the Ohio Valley. In fact, as much as 12 to 18 inches of snow reported so far across Owen County, Kentucky, on through Lewis County, Kentucky. So quite a powerful storm, and we're going to be considering the various facets of this storm. But right now we're going to take you to Virginia Beach, Virginia, and show you what a pounding the folks in that area are getting. And one of those folks there is our Weather Channel meteorologist, Mike Seidel. Mike, what's going on?
Well, as you can see, Dan, no changes in the past half an hour. The rain has come back, and the wind is furious here. It is just driving this rain almost horizontally. It's been quite a day. High tide was at 2:45, rather at 1:45. Sorry about that. 1:45 this afternoon. The water got up to the boardwalk here. Tides are running 3 to 4 feet above normal. Our next high tide is what I was trying to say. Is at 2:45 in the morning and about 4 a.m. over at Sewell's Point in the Norfolk area, and that's going to be very critical. And we expect the water to be even higher at that time. The winds are still howling off the Atlantic, east-northeast, and some of these gusts, unofficially, I'm estimating at about 60 to 65 miles an hour, maybe even higher. There was one of them. And this is the problem. We're getting these winds pounding the surf, beach erosion, coastal flooding. The Sandbridge section has been shut off to residents only to keep out the curiosity seekers. The AAA has been working overtime, a lot of flooded intersections and roadways in the Tidewater area because of all the rainfall. And we're getting another very gusty shower. We actually had some lightning and thunder earlier. And again, that high tide is going to be very critical. Now tomorrow the winds will start backing around more to the north, and that should cause more of a problem over in the Hampton Roads, Virginia Beach, Newport, or rather Norfolk, Hampton Roads, Newport News area, and not so much here along the coast. But another rough night here, as you can see. We'll keep you updated from Virginia Beach. Dan, back to you.
I'm just curious, Mike, how you managed to cue that wind right when you were giving that estimate of the peak gust.
It's the secret of television.
We'll check back. Take care.
Okay.
Joining us here in the Forecast Center, Colin Marquis. Colin, one of our meteorologists here at the Weather Channel. And Colin, you've been keeping a close watch on this system. It's a powerful and dangerous storm, isn't it?
Sure is. It seems like the ones you just saw where Mike was, Virginia Beach, being repeated all the way north into southern New Jersey.
Not a localized event at all, is it?
Certainly not.
Well, let's take a look at the satellite view, the infrared satellite, and if you will, show us where the center of circulation is and where it's likely to go.
Still chugging along, extreme southeast portions of North Carolina, and the eventual track, although it is going to be slow, is going to be somewhat like this. Skirting New England, the southeast half of New England will feel the impact eventually up toward Boston with wind and rain.
Now, as it makes that track on toward the north and east, how will that impact? You mentioned Boston. What would viewers in New York City and Philadelphia experience from this?
Okay, winds are already freshening in New York City, gusting 35, at times a little bit higher from the northeast. That's going to continue to increase. Right now, the very strongest winds, by the way, are from where Mike was in the Chesapeake up to about Atlantic City. And as I mentioned, all through that region, 50, 60 mile an hour gusts at times, with at times driving rain. Now that corridor of strongest winds is going to be shifting northward in time overnight, reaching New York City probably on toward midnight time and points after, and not arriving in the Boston area probably until the wee hours of the morning, continuing into the daylight hours.
So it's going to be a windy Thursday because of the slow movement of the system. Now, how will the winds impact that coastal flood threat?
Coastal flooding from the Chesapeake up to Long Island Sound. After midnight, we have another cycle of high tide. Again, we've been saying this all day, between about 2 and 4 on average for most areas. Now, the back bays behind some of the barrier islands, particularly in New Jersey, they will experience high tide probably about 1 or 2 hours after the ocean high tide. And actually, those high tides are probably going to be about a half to a foot higher in overall height. 3 to 5 feet above average is what we've been saying from the Chesapeake up to and including the inner part of Long Island Sound.
So a lot of beach erosion and dangerous travel.
Beach erosion.
On roadways right along the coast.
That's right, overwash. And also with the strong winds, we're talking about sporadic power outages, probably northern mid-Atlantic and